I had arrived here in 1975, and Dr. Masoro was my first chairman. I was a little bit scared of him, although he's a very mild man. It was my first time out.
First, he hired me there when I was very anxious to find a job. He hired me. He was a mentor to me for all facets of what you have to do when you join an institution like this.
And told me that he had a position that had just opened up here at the Health Science Center in his department, and I'd be welcome to apply for it.
So he hired all these youngsters like myself, a bunch of them, and we came here to take on our careers then as faculty members. The way he handled that was extraordinarily democratic, which is hard for a chairman to do. Things were proposed, people argued. Masoro had his side, he argued. Sometimes he got his way, usually, because he was always right, but he usually got his way.
He always worked at a table or the side, he had his papers spread out, and he would be over there with his face very close to the papers, writing furiously with a lead pencil, and we always joked about the smoking pencil. But if you asked to see him, you'd get to the door of the office, he'd be in there, smoking pencil, and he would wheel around, and his mind was completely on you. And you would have your discussion with him, and before you would be out the door, the pencil was smoking again. He was back working.
What I think Dr. Masoro's biggest input was in getting the rest of the scientific community, specifically aging scientists, to look at food restriction, to look at it further and try to understand the mechanism by which food restriction works. And indeed, I think his model of the food-restricted rat at first and then mouse, I think that really has pushed aging research nationally and internationally.
He saw to it that the research that was being done by our group was first-class research. And I think everybody in the aging field in science understood this and looked at San Antonio as sort of a leader in doing quality aging research.
And he very graciously told me that given my endocrine background, he would be happy to transfer his final research project in that area to me if I wanted to take it on. And that was a very important juncture in my career because it really catapulted me, if you will, into research on calorie restriction, which Dr. Masoro really was responsible for, in large part, rejuvenating as an area of study.
So although he's been retired now for quite a few years, he is still a physiologist by trade, by interest, and he keeps up, reads journals. He still comes to seminars on this campus. He also goes to seminars at the Barshop Center, which he was the background for that establishment.
He basically pushed aging research with a goal. That is, how does food restriction alter the aging process? And I think that's his biggest legacy, that he engendered a lot more research in aging, much more than if he hadn't been in that area himself.
After reading some of his reviews from the 60s on how intermittent fasting actually has a lot of the same beneficial effects as caloric restriction, that literature of caloric restriction is still ongoing, and I follow it in a very personal way because I think that caloric restriction is one of the only type of interventions in aging that has held the test of time, as well as through different model organisms all the way up to humans.
His professional accomplishments have inspired many of us at UTESCA and beyond to pursue collegiality and honesty in our work.
Personally, just to see him walking around the halls here at UTESCA or in the bar shop, it's pretty inspirational how approachable he is and how he is always open to talk to students.
I would like to really thank Dr. Masoro for his contribution to the field of aging research and for the opportunities that it has created for us.
So I just really want to say thank you, Dr. Masoro, for putting aging research on the map here at UTESCA. Without the contributions of Dr. Masoro, the Barshop wouldn't be what it is today, which is a world-renowned aging research institute.